My name is Squadron Leader Mike Ling. I'm Red 10 with the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. And the boys are just about to arrive, starting with a rolling display. So get ready for lots of aircraft, lots of noise, lots of patriotic red, white and blue, as Goodwood welcome the Royal Air Force aerobatic team for 2017. It's the Red Arrows. Cloud base just too low to enable our full display, so Red 1 has elected to start with the rolling display. He enters a left-hand turn. The pilots go from a very wide wall formation into a formation we call Phoenix. At the front of the formation is Red 1. He is Squadron Leader David Montenegro, and it is his third year as the team leader. He's a former Red Arrows pilot, having joined the team back in 2009. He left in 2011, having led the synchro pair. Before that, he was a Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defense pilot. Up to the north now, in the shape of Phoenix, some more red, white and blue. That is the voice of Red 1 as he calls reversing right now, bringing Phoenix into a right-hand turn. On Red 1's right wing is the first of our new pilots this year. He is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Toby Keeley. Toby's a former Tornado GR4 pilot. More recently, he's been instructing on the Hawk, but a new version of this aircraft, the Hawk T Mark II, the Royal Air Force's newest advanced jet trainer. That's him on Red 1's wing. It's the first time his parents have been watching Toby today, so a big hello to you guys watching here at Goodwood. To the right now, to the south, you'll see the shape of an aircraft, specifically the Spitfire. This is the Spitfire roll. We put this in the display this year to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the Royal Air Force's Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. There to commemorate all service personnel killed in aerial combat since 1914. Their motto is "Lest we forget." Very important, a very important motto that needs to go to all future generations. That's the Spitfire roll finishing to the north, and on the leader's left wing is the next of our new pilots. He is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Dan Lowes. Dan's background is solely as a Typhoon pilot. If you were here yesterday, you'd have seen the Eurofighter Typhoon, the Royal Air Force's multi-role combat aircraft. That's what Dan was flying, where he was a qualified weapons instructor before joining the Red Arrows. High to the north now, we're setting up for a fantastic manoeuvre which has been developed from something we introduced last year, this time with some more red, white and blue. Keep your eyes to the north and on the big screens as we get ready for Tornado.
8, 9, roll.
Reds 8 and 9 with the coloured smoke on now, rolling around the rest of the formation.
Coming. Left. Yeah.
Reds 8 and 9 finish rolling around the rest of the formation. Now you'll see Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 on the wings of the main formation drop to the very back as Reds 8 and 9 tuck in behind them, and they're forming the shape of that fabulous feat of British aviation excellence. They're going to show you the shape of Concorde. So continuing this left-hand turn, the white smoke is about to come on. Get your cameras ready, Goodwood. This is Concorde.
High.
On the very bottom of the formation as we see it is Red 5. He is Flight Lieutenant Chris Linden-Smith, and in a break from the norm he is a returning Red Arrows pilot to have come back to the team. He started his career as a Tornado pilot, then was a Hawk instructor, and he first joined the Red Arrows in 2011, flying for 3 years until 2013, and then coming back to the team this year. And that's him now at the top of the shape as they move forward, the 3 aircraft on each wing to the very front of the formation to form our trademark Diamond 9 shape. And they're coming in from the south now in a right-hand turn, getting ready to fly the Diamond Roll. All 9 aircraft now smoking white, going upside down, 2,500 feet above us at 400 miles an hour. The closest parts of the jets there, around 6 to 8 feet away from each other. So that now completes the first part of the Red Arrows display. So far you've seen all 9 jets together in different formation shapes performing close formation aerobatics. Well, now we're about to change the tempo of the display as we split into smaller formations of between 2 and 7 jets for some more dynamic manoeuvring. Looking to the northeast now, you'll see a shape change taking place, a big T shape known as Dagger. At the front of Dagger are Reds 1 to 5. They're known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And at the back in the straight line are Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. Their collective name as a formation is Jippo, the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft back in 1968. So due east now, above the trees, Enid and Jippo, get your cameras ready for the second part of our display. We're starting with the detonator. There go Enid. Keep your eyes on Jippo. To the southeast now with his white smoke, blue smoke changing to white is Red 6. He is the leader of the synchro pair. Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold. Tom is in his 3rd and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. He started his career instructing basic fast jet training on the Tucano aircraft and then flew the Typhoon, protecting the skies of the UK and the Falkland Islands. That's him on the right, to the south there with the smoke on, followed by Red 8. To the north with the smoke on is Red 7, Synchro 2. He is chased down by Red 9. 4 jets now descending to just treetop height. Their closing speed is now a staggering 820 miles per hour. Get your cameras ready for the Jippo Pass. Turn, says Red 6. The pilots keep full power on the aircraft, leaving their white smoke on, turning away from us now, pulling 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in those pilots' bodies now weighs 6 times more than normal, including their blood, which wants to pool in their feet out of their brains and could cause them to go unconscious. So they're working hard to fight the G-force as they fly the Cyclone. Slingshot to the front with Synchro. Look to the south now, to your right-hand side to find Enid. Get down, says Red 1. The white smoke is on. The wings dropping down to form an inverted V-shape. Soon to come from the north, a lone jet that is Red 9. Red 9's going to fly through this V now as they perform a maneuver we call the Goose. Climbing steeply to the south with a couple of twinkle rolls there is Red 9. Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox, who's in his 3rd and final year in the Red Arrows. He's from New Zealand, but he moved to the UK in 2002 to join the Royal Air Force and became a Tornado pilot and Tucano flying instructor. That's Red 9 positioning off to the right, as Enid to your left, to the north there, climbing steeply, switching back to white smoke. Now looking due east, straight ahead above the trees are Red 6, 7 and 8. 7 and 8 switch to coloured smoke. They're now rolling around Red 6 before they get ready to split in the vortex. Straight ahead now for Red 6, 7 and 8 in the vortex, and climbing steeply with the white smoke is Red 8 Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. Mike's in his 3rd year in the team. He is a former Hawk flying instructor, Harrier GR9 pilot, and Tornado GR4 pilot. And that's him positioning to the north as we keep in front of us Red 6 and 7, the synchro pair. Once again, Red 6 on the right, Red 7 on the left. And they're currently flying at around 2,000 feet with the white smoke on. Max performing back towards the site here. They're about to start ascending back to treetop height with a closing speed of around 400 miles an hour each, so around 800 miles an hour. From the left and right, the synchro pair, and they're going to perform the opposition barrel rolls. Synchro clearing behind us now. We need to look to the northeast, so front left 45 degrees to find Enid. Red 1 has called them into line astern. The white smoke has come on. They've dropped down to be stacked top to bottom, Reds 1 to 5. So looking to the left, in line astern. Red 1 enters a left-hand turn. The following pilots using their feet to input a lot of rudder to swing the jets out like a pendulum. Normally we fly our formations with odd-numbered pilots flying on the left-hand side, even-numbered pilots on the right, but in this shape it's the other way around. Reds 2 and 4 are on the left, Reds 3 and 5 are on the right, but they want to switch back to their normal side, so they're going to do it like this in the slalom. So now we had Red 2 and 4 on the right, Reds 3 and 5 on the left. In their normal positions now, in what we call battle formation. They've all put their red smoke on, reaching up with their right thumbs to press the red smoke button. Diesel and red dye now being injected into the aircraft's 400-degree engine exhaust. That makes it vaporize. We're carrying 5 minutes of white smoke, a minute each of red and blue in each of the aircraft. So that's Enid finishing the slalom front right. Now bring your eyes further right now, further to the south to find Jippo.
Enid, smoke on go, Jippo, smoke on go. One over.
To the south, the coloured smoke comes on. Jippo roll go, says Red 6. This is the Hurricane. Red 6 and 7 there rolling inverted and upright at different stages as they finish the Hurricane manoeuvre to our left-hand side. Now looking to the right 45 to find Enid. So looking southeast for Enid. Climbing to around 30 degrees nose up at 400 miles an hour with some red, white and blue. Enid are drawing a snake-like shape of smoke in the sky now as they fly what we call the Python. On the far right of the Python is Red 4. He is Flight Lieutenant Matt Masters. Matt is in his 2nd year in the team. He is a former Tucano flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defense pilot. More recently, he's been flying this version of the Hawk, providing target training for frontline Typhoon and Tornado aircraft. That's the Python finishing to your left. Now looking straight ahead, due east now to find Jippo. Directly to the east, 8 and 9, coloured smoke rolling around the synchro pair. They're then performing their own rolls. Get ready for the Jippo break. With his smoke changing from blue to white to the left-hand side now is Red 7, synchro number 2. He is Flight Lieutenant Cy Taylor. Cy is in his 2nd year in the team. He's a former Tornado GR4 pilot, but then he moved across to fly the Typhoon, eventually becoming a Typhoon instructor, teaching new Typhoon pilots. And you will see that fabulous, powerful Typhoon aircraft displaying here at the Festival of Speed later. Now the synchro pair from 1,000 feet back to treetop height getting ready to fly the double rolls.
Synchro finishing their double rolls. We need now to look to the north, look to our left-hand side to find Enid.
With coloured smoke on, the inside pilots perform tight match rolls to the outside as they fly the rollbacks.
Rollbacks finishing as Enid track to the south. We now need to look left and right again for the synchro pair and their final manoeuvre. This time, red 6 comes from the north and red 7 from the south. Their closing speed, once again, around 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 360-degree 6G turns. Here they come, synchro and the carousel.
The coloured smoke comes on. Remember, the pilots are working hard. Pulling 6G is very hard work on the body. The blood wants to pull to their feet, so they now have special inflating trousers inflating around their legs. They're tensing their leg muscles, fighting the G-force. They're cross back at the front for the 3rd time, switching to white smoke. Now, please, Goodwood, put your hands together for the synchro pair. Synchro clearing behind us now, once again to the front, looking due east now for the display's finale. Enid been joined by reds 8 and 9 as they put their white smoke on, rolling out directly towards the site here. Straight ahead, looking east for Enid 8 and 9. One rolling, says red 1. He puts his red smoke on. He now pitches up to draw the mathematical symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. This is the infinity break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. Red 1's about to roll out from the inverted, put his smoke on so the other 8 aircraft can get visual with him as quickly as possible. They're going to gather together to land at Farnborough Airport, where our team of engineers will turn the aircraft as we get ready to head to Cardiff this afternoon, ready for a display at Swansea. It's not just the pilots you see flying that make up the Red Arrows. We do have 110 strong support staff wearing blue suits who carry out their own functions to ensure our busy season is a success. And a number of those blues here, as we call them, are here at the Goodwood Festival of Speed in the aviation arena. So if you could pop down to the aviation arena, we have a red and white igloo-style tent where you can meet some of the Red Arrow support staff. They have brochures and posters, etc. Also, if you're interested in conjunction with the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund and Aston Martin, you can win an Aston Martin Vanquish, which is Red Arrows themed. Please go down to the aviation village where you can see that Aston Martin. If you can then Google Aston Martin Red Arrows, you can win that car, £20 per entry, and win that fabulous car. We're just getting ready for the pilots to come back for a final fly pass before they head back to Farnborough. So looking from the south. So you can just see them in a right-hand turn now to the south. They're coming back to give us one last fly past. So they're getting into what a shape we call big battle. They'll be coming in from your right-hand side. Red 6 and 7 you can see tucked in behind them. They'll be getting ready to fly a big battle flight past from the south in just a minute or so's time. If you'd like to find out more about the team, our website is raf.mod.uk/reds. On Facebook we are RAF Red Arrows, and on Twitter at RAF Red Arrows. So now in from the south for the last time here at the Goodwood Festival of Speed 2017. Please, as the smoke comes on, put your hands together for the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows.